Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome to our weekly video update. So today we're going to be taking a step away from the video game review world that we've been doing for the past few weeks, and this time we're jumping into board games. We're going to be reviewing one of a new version of one of my favorite board games that I've played so far. This game does get a lot of hate from the hardcore board game series, just for making so light of it, but it has played a key foothold for, you know, allowing those other companies to climb up to success. But without further ado, the game we're going to be reviewing today is Adventure Time Munchkin. So I'm a huge fan of the show, and like I said, this game as well. But yeah, this is probably one of the best, if not the best version of Munchkin that there is so far. Just the world of Adventure Time works perfect for it, and yeah, I can't wait to show y'all all the new things and the changes they made in this game. I'm not going to be reviewing Munchkin as a whole, not like how to play the game or anything like that, or kind of giving a synopsis. If y'all want me to, I will be more than happy to make another video for that at a later time, with either using this or one of the other mini versions of Munchkin I have. But this is pretty much just going to be the changes they've made with this game, and kind of how it plays, what my thoughts are about it. So without further ado, let's dig right in. Alright guys, here we go. Before we get started, I do want to say I'm sorry if any of y'all are having trouble with my layout. I don't really have a great way to film top down like I'm trying to do. I literally have my camera on top of my microphone, which is on my keyboard stand, kind of pointing down at my desk. But we'll make do, we'll get by, and it'll be okay. So with the other Munchkin games, if you haven't played Munchkin, gender does play a huge role. You have monsters that'll do bonuses, or they'll do less damage to certain genders, and they kind of did something really cool with Adventure Time Munchkin that helps with that. So if any of y'all are fans of the show, you know there's been episodes where there's been reverse roles, basically, let's say, or kind of parallel universe with the opposite gender of the characters. And with this game, they gave you these character cards where each character has a bonus, so you get +2 against monsters level 10 or above if you're Finn, and then if something makes you change your gender, or if you're a girl and you want to start out on Fiona, you can do that as well. They get the same bonuses on both sides, but it's still really cool to have that in there, the fact that you do have, you know, both Finn and Jake. Jake, you can discard one card each combat for a +2 bonus to either side, so that's really handy late game if you've been stacking cards just to kind of help you or hurt others. And then you also have Cake. Once again, she's got the same bonus as Jake has. We've got PB, and we have Prince Gumball on the other side, so Neil Patrick Harris right there ready to go. One-shot items that give you a bonus to combat strength are worth an extra +1, so that is very, very helpful for late game as well. You've got Lady Rainicorn. You may have +1 to run away. You may draw a door or treasure card when you loot the room. So that's really helpful for if you, let's say, kick down the door and it's something, you're like a monster or something like that. You have the option to draw additional treasure, so you can get super huge, super fast, and then you also have Lord Monochrome on the back of there. And you've got BMO. BMO is kind of a different case. BMO is a gender-neutral character, as has been talked about by a lot, and even says it kind of down there below. I know it's going to be hard to see. My camera sucks, but BMO ignores all gender-related stuff because I don't know. But you get a +2 bonus against monsters level 10 or below, which there's actually a whole lot of them. There's only, like, most of the monsters in this game are very tiny. There's only 6 that give you +2 levels. We'll talk about that later. It does make the game go out for a while, but still, you get a +2 bonus to monsters level 10 or below, and then she is the same on either side. Next we have Marceline. You get a +2 bonus against any monsters with the color red on it. Use your best judgment, and an extra +2 for musical equipment you have equipped. And then, of course, on the other side we have Marshall Lee as well. It's the same bonus once again. Then we have Flame Princess. You may choose to have your attack count as fire/flame, and you get an extra +1 bonus for items that already count as fire and flame, which there is quite a few of those, so that is a pretty little helpful thing to have in there, and it does make her a really powerful character if you do get her, or Flame Prince if you're a dude. And then we have LSP. You get a +2 bonus when combating alone, and LSP. So yeah, there's that. That's all the character cards. So it was just something that worked really, really well for a mechanic that was already a big part of Munchkin. They were able to do with this game. We'll start out with the doors. So with this game, with this version, there's a lot of curses, a lot of allies, and very few like big monsters. You get a lot of treasure. Sorry, y'all can't even see that. So you get a lot of treasures. Everything is very, very, very treasure heavy. So you end up with, like, I think the last time I played it, I was ended up at like a natural 43 off of item bonuses or something like that. It was stupid. But there's a lot of allies, a lot of classes. I don't know, I feel like there could have been more monsters. I mean, they're there, but it feels like it's a little lacking. I mean, level 2 Tiffany, +2 against anyone with an ally, which there's tons and tons of ally. There's stuff like demons and undead, that certain items and effects play into using those traits. But I mean, as y'all can see as we're going through, there's monsters, but most of these doors are like curses and allies, and I've even got some extra stuff pulled out that I'm fixing to go through, which there was a class, musician. We'll kind of go into, I'll discuss that here in a second. So I'm just going to kind of go through these, let y'all see them, you know, take a look at them. The art, I mean, they pulled a lot of this straight out from the show. We're just going to leave on that one. That was a weird episode, man. But it works really, really well. The style of Adventure Time just fits perfectly in the Munchkin universe. And it just, the colors pop. It's very, very friendly. I mean, the terminology, you can tell, like, the people that at Steve Jackson Games are fans of this show and have been for a long time. It's not like they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna make an Adventure Time Munchkin. It's like, we're making this Munchkin game that we've been probably wanting for a very, very long time. So it feels right. Like there was a lot of love that went into this game, and making it the awesomeness that it is. So that's that for the main door stack. Here's those bigger monsters. So these are the only monsters that have +2 levels. So, I mean, and they also have huge treasure bonuses as well. Most of it's like kings, like you've got, you know, King Worm, Ice King, Flame King, and then you've also got the Hunts Innovator, the Magic Man, and then the Lich. But yeah, those are all the level 2 monsters. So, it is very much so a crawl to try and get up to that level 10 to finally win. But they kind of make up for that with the amount of go up a level cards that are in the game. There's a ton of those. But yeah, then we'll go ahead and jump right into the classes. This is another thing that worked perfectly for this game is the fact that there was some clear classes in there. You've got musicians, so you have the ability to keep the beat, discard a card, and make up a rhyme for the monster you are currently fighting for a +3 bonus. This one actually, we were trying to make the most absurd things that rhymed ever, so that added a lot of fun to the game. For those people that did have had the musician hero class. You've also got lyricist. Discard 2 cards to entice a character of the opposite gender to help you in combat for no reward. You cannot gain the winning level this way. So that's huge. If you get this musician class, I mean, it's arguably one of the best classes ever. You can easily get a bonus in combat, and you also have the ability to help or have someone help for a very small cost. And if you're playing as Marceline or Marshall Lee, and you get other item stacks with this, it's nasty, man. It makes it to where it's a lot of fun, but at the same time it's a little OP. So next you have the wizard, which you get the flight spell. Discard up to 3 cards after rolling the die to run away. Each one gives you a +1 bonus. So you really don't have to worry too much about failing runaways with this card. There's a lot of other stuff that does help with runaways. Lots of shoes in Adventure Time. But still, if you needed that extra boost, that's there for you to have. And the next ability is Charm Spell. Discard your whole hand, a minimum of 3 cards, to charm a single monster instead of fighting it. Discard the monster and take its treasure, but don't gain any levels. If there are other monsters in the combat, fight them normally. So this doesn't help as great for late game unless someone's just stacking it on and making a monster really fat and hard to beat. You do have the option to run away, but there's so many mate cards and wandering monsters, it's really easy just to throw something in. So that's good, but it's not great. Especially, I mean, you do get the treasures, which is cool, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the wizard class. Next up, we have Royalty, who's abilities are loyalty. You may have any number of allies, but you may not discard them for an automatic escape. So that's kind of with most Munchkins that have had allies in them, you've always been able to discard them to run away. You sacrifice them basically, but can't do that with royalty. But it's nice because you can get a whole lot of bonuses. There are, if you didn't see, a ton of allies in the game, so being able to stack those is really, really cool. Inspiring, you get a +1 bonus for each of your allies. So once again, if you're stacking allies, which there's other cards that give you like a +1 bonus for each ally as well, like you can just get really, really, really big. And that's where those super big natural combat bonuses come in, is from stacking things. There's a lot of stacking. Last but not least, we've got the hero class, which is a class, I mean, everyone knew and was expecting. It's Adventure Time. Come on, man. You got Finn and Jake. So your abilities are heroic. You get a +2 bonus whenever you help another player in combat. Sweet. Rewarded. When you help another player defeat a monster, draw a face-down treasure as a reward. So that's really cool. And the first time I ever played with the hero card, it was kind of a, sure, I'll help you give me 2 treasures. And it was a 3-treasure monster, and they were like, man, that's a lot, okay. And so finally they let me help them. And then in the end, I ended up drawing 3 treasures instead of 2 because they didn't know I had that ability. So you can kind of sneak around and get some extra items that way through using that. But it's a really cool class. This one's a little more balanced, I guess you could say, as far as the others. It's not as OP, but it's still a lot of fun. And there's a lot of hero-only items, which, here, I'll give you a little example of some hero-only items that are just insane. Oh, I thought I had one pulled out. Well, we'll show you in a minute. There's one that I know in here that specifically that saved my bacon a few times. So now we're going to go ahead and go through the treasure cards. So there's a lot of one-handed items, lots of armor as well, but everything's really cool. They did their digging and their research. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're huge fans of the show, so naturally it all just plays out really well. Lots of also really high gold costs, but you got stuff like the, you know, Ball Blam Burglar, or Burglar Burr, the nothing backpack, which this one's really cool. You're immune to bad stuff and curses. It forces you to discard your hand, and you may have any number of cards in your hand. So for cards that say get a +1 bonus for each card in your hand, this is huge, and also it stacks really well. So I'm just going to kind of do the same thing with the doors. We're just going to scroll through them and let you see what all we've got. Lots and lots and lots of go up a level cards in this game. This one, and also one-shots. This game probably has the most one-shots of any Munchkin that I've played so far, which made the game drag out very, very long. Everyone kind of hoarded them till the very end, and then we all pretty much, for the last third of the game, we're all at level 9, just battling out to see who was going to make it to level 10. Finally, someone ended up, I mean, they did something that other people, not me, I was fine with it, because, I mean, the game had taken, like, hour and a half, 2 hours at that point, really, really long for Munchkin. Some people were upset with what happened, but it's okay. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, we just got one shot after one shot after one shot, and now we're getting back to the items. So this is what I was talking about earlier, a universal translator device. This gives you any number of allies, but you also get a +1 bonus for each of your allies. So another really cool stacking ability there that can make you really, really nasty late game. Let's see, where is Red Shiny Boots? That's what I was looking for. This is a one-handed +5 bonus if you're a hero. If you've ever played Munchkin before, you're gonna know how nasty that is. Like, here, let's compare it. Sure, you have to be a hero, and there's not very many hero cards, but this is a one-handed with a +5, and this is a two-hander with a +3. One hand, two hand. One hand, two hand. Yeah, it's huge. It's pretty much, I got this, I think, my first treasure, and I was already a hero, so I just, it helped me out in the end, got me really, really high, point-wise. Yeah, we'll keep going through these. This one was cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that episode yet, so it kind of threw me off whenever I saw it. The bear hat, more one-shots, go up a level, or wait, steal a level. Oh, I hadn't seen that card yet. This one's really cool as well. If you draw a monster when you loot the room, you may reveal it and choose to fight it immediately. Otherwise, simply add it to your hand. It's kind of cool. You do this like at level 8, and everyone doesn't expect it, and you kill like a level, a character that gets you 1 level, and then you loot the room. And I almost did this. They did screw me over, but I drawed like a level 1 monster, or drew a level 1 monster, and tried to kill it. Didn't really work too well. This one was a lot of fun as well. Spot the snail. You have 10 seconds to spot a snail on any other card in play. If successful, go up a level. As soon as you get this, it makes for some very frantic scrambling to try and find a snail, which, to be honest, I've only been able to find one once, and it wasn't even during a turn, like when this card was on the field. It was after the fact. We were like, oh, here's one, because we spent like probably a good like minute trying to find one. But yeah. Once again, more go up levels. Horde, draw 3 treasure cards. That one's cool. More one-shots, go up a level, go up a level. So yeah, lots and lots of go up levels, lots of bonuses, lots of really fat bonuses. And then we've got some fan favorite treasures that you knew were going to be in the game, which I've kind of pulled out so we can go through those as well. You've got the Ice King's Royal Crown, +4 bonus, usable only by royalty. It's another really big one. You've got the Demon Blood Sword, so it's +3 normally, but unless you're playing fighting a demon, you get that +6 bonus, which is cool. Sound Sword, I don't remember pulling this one out, but okay. This one actually was really cool. You may make an obnoxious noise for a +2 runaway. So I think our neighbors were kind of angry at us after we played this, because I had this and had to run away, and I started hooting and hollering, and it was like 2 in the morning or something like that. But still, that was a really cool item. I forgot to put that in there. You got like Jake's Viola and Marceline's Axe Base, and then also the Golden Sword of Battle. I kind of wish this one would have had a little bit of a bigger bonus. Like +2 makes sense, because I mean this one is important. But yeah, so that's it for the cards. So you've seen the treasures, the doors, and all of the character cards. The last thing they added with this one is, I mean, there's always a die, but this one, they put Jake's face for the 1. So, kind of cool. And then the box is really cool as well. I'm going to see if I can get this on camera. This one might be a little harder to fit in. They spread everything out, made it to where you can actually put the game away really nicely. Shoot, hang on. But, ooh, gonna see my messy desk there for a second. But it's kind of cool. You got, like, LSP, BMO, Finn, and Jake, all in those dividers. Sorry, this may have been a terrible, terrible idea. My desk is a little bit messy. I do apologize for that. But, yeah, so that's that, guys. So, yeah, we'll move back over, get everything set back up, and I will give you all my final thoughts on the game. Alright guys, we're back. Once again, I'd like to apologize if my my top-down setup looked a little retarded. If we keep doing these board game reviews, I'll find out a better way to do it. I got a couple friends, or one friend in particular, who has a big board game review channel, which I'll actually leave a link to his page right here. Go check him out. His name's WeaponsGrade Tabletop. He's constantly putting out videos that are like his reviews on things. He goes to board game blog or conventions. He does blogs as well, and his newest series, which actually I really like the 3 episodes he's put out so far, is like what does he call him? Big Game Hunter. He goes around to thrift shops trying to find and like half-price books, finding cool killer deals on board games. So if you like him, go check out his channel. Really cool dude. Go send him a subscriber, or go subscribe. You're gonna love what he puts out if you're a fan of board games of any type. Please go do that. But yeah, okay, so let's get back into it. Enough with the plugs. So this game overall, my thoughts compared to it versus the other Munchkin games. Wow, this game is fantastic. The colors are great. Like the print quality is really high. The new mechanics, like the little bit of new changes they did. I mean, there's not really too many new mechanics, but the changes that they did are awesome. The Adventure Time universe just was begging to be a Munchkin game. So this works perfect. The characters really do come to life, and it's cool being able to play as them. There's a lot of little references to episodes from way back in the day, season 1, that you see, and you're like, holy crap, I forgot about that until now. And it makes it to where it's like it makes me want to go back and rewatch all of Adventure Time. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen a lot of it, and I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to start binge watching it again after playing this game. But overall, this is probably the best Munchkin ever. I know I said it earlier, but this is my favorite Munchkin, hands down. I started playing, I've played almost all of them. Before this, Star Munchkin was my favorite. I'm a huge Star Trek nerd, as well as Star Wars. I was raised on that as well. There's a lot of really cool references in there, so if you like that, go check out that game as well. That one's been out a lot longer, and there's some extra expansions and stuff like that with it that add some cool things like ships and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, overall, this is probably my favorite Munchkin game ever. The changes in it work really well. The Adventure Time universe just pops and works flawlessly on this game. If you've never played Munchkin, but you're an Adventure Time fan, please pick this up. If you're a Munchkin fan, but have never played Adventure Time, it's still going to be a lot of fun, and I could not recommend it more. And hopefully this will get you into the show. The show is really, really good. It's a kid's show, but it's not for kids. It's made for the parents of kids that are like 20 and 30-something-year-olds that are trying to watch shows with the kids. It's a really good show. But yeah, guys, overall, this is my favorite Munchkin game. It really is fantastic. But yeah, I want to do more video game or more board game reviews, but I'm really not too sure what to play. I've seen a lot of really cool things out there, but I don't know what's best. So if you would, leave me a comment down below letting me know which games I should try out, what your favorites are, and what you like about them, as well as games that you think I should stay away from because they're terrible. And if you say, stay away from Munchkin, it's terrible, I'm going to say, haha, joke's on you, I love Munchkin. I know I'm stupid for it, but I love it either way. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts. Please leave me a comment, though. I do want to check out these games. I'm just now trying to get into it. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really does help a lot. Lets me know that you want to keep seeing me put out that content, as well as that like button if you did like this review. I know it's really, really lengthy, and also my microphone was kind of popping on my segment where I had all the cards in front of me, so I'm sorry if your ears are hurting a little bit after that. I really didn't mean to do that. But yeah, guys, I'll go ahead and leave a link to our video from last week, which was our Little Big Planet review, and I'm not too sure what we're going to do next week, so I'll leave a link to that if you're watching next week after we do this. The video might not be done on Friday specifically, because I will be out of town on Wednesday and Thursday for Christmas. I'm going to drive back home and spend that with my family. But it should go up Saturday. I do have work on Saturday, but there is a possibility it could go up Friday. It really depends on my schedule. But if you want to know, up-to-minute updates on what I'm doing and kind of where we're at with the board games or with reviews or videos or whatever it is, follow me on Twitter. It's at xbloodxtitanx, which is my Twitch handle as well. So if you want to see what I'm doing while I'm not at work or doing these videos, go check the channel out. We're playing through Dark Souls 2 right now. Coming towards the close of that. After that, we're going to be playing Just Cause 2. We'll be doing some multiplayer after that. And then I'm not too sure what game I'm going to play after that. We'll see. We've been playing Don't Starve Together a little bit since that just came out to early access, but we'll probably do some of that tomorrow maybe. So if you're watching this right now, give us a check out. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, watching me ramble on for a long time. I know this video was long, but thank you guys so much. Hearing back from y'all and y'all's support that y'all are giving me, it really is awesome, and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you for watching. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful holiday. Be safe, be merry, go spend some time with your family. If you're driving on the road, stay safe, because driving conditions can be really bad. But once again, thank you guys so much, and y'all take it easy.